Lyon will look at themselves and say, we had this game. We were up 2 goals, down a man, we were up. Fofana was phenomenal. But Manchester United, they came back, and I think what you touched on, which is brilliant, is the momentum going forward, the belief now that they didn't give up.
So many emotions you can see, not just from the fans in the stands and the players. We saw Bruno Fernandes's expression there, and he looked very tired because Manchester United made very hard work of that performance today. You can also look at it from one perspective in the sense of, can this be a defining win for the dressing room alone and the confidence and belief that they can get, that they can go and win this competition? Because domestically, their Premier League form has been absolutely awful. But can this win today, this comeback win in the circumstances, be that win that changes the entire season to go on to win this competition? That's the messaging, and that's something that Ruben Amorim could maybe use in this type of situation.
I will say, when you look at who they play next, an Athletic Club, that is the final. It's 2 legs, but if they get through that, you're either playing Bodo Glimt or you're playing Tottenham. And Man United will have to feel really confident going into a final if they can get by Athletic Club. But if you look at this match, talk about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because in the first half, they were creating chances. They were limiting Lyon with their quality chances that Lyon were having. Mikatatse wasn't really all that involved. But when you look at the halftime changes for Lyon, they came out and they played a different match in the second half. And I look at Ruben Amorim and I said, where's the tactical changes? You brought Luke Shaw in and things went backwards. Then you brought in players too late. Kobbie Mainoo, of course, he made an incredible tying goal in extra time. But for me, it's you could have dealt with the situation a lot sooner. And Lyon will look at themselves and say, we had this game. We were up 2 goals, down a man, we were up. Fofana was phenomenal. But Manchester United, they came back, and I think what you touched on, which is brilliant, is the momentum going forward, the belief now that they didn't give up.
Yeah. Here is a look at one of those moments in the match, Nico. They were down 4-2, and it looked really bad, didn't it, for Manchester United for a large point? I mean, we looked at this little boy and we thought, how it feels to be a United fan this season.
The emotional roller coaster he must have gone through, crying, thinking it's over. And I'm sure he probably wasn't even alive for Fergie time. And then you look at this now, this is the penalty that will be given. Almada will make contact with Casemiro there, and you talk about composure moments, and that literally is an attacking player trying to defend. You don't want your attacking player in the box like that. Fernandes picks the right spot, goalkeeper goes the right way, but the power takes it, and then you think, now these are the moments. And this is what I always say about football intelligence and thinking about the players you're coming up against. They put Harry Maguire up top, Nico, as you're laughing. As a defender, stay close. Stay close. You know how you got to stay close. You got to get touch tight. As soon as, well, this is actually Mainoo's goal. When Mainoo comes down the left hand side.
Maitland-Niles was out to lunch here as he was just drifting into space.
That was it. But you could think now you could go to penalties. But this is the big goal for me in the moment. And the Lyon defender there, you've got to stay closer to Harry Maguire. Once you lose him there and he gets a push on your back, that's it. You're not going to get the foul. And you talk about just the atmosphere, and from tears of pain, the young man went to tears of joy.
Good for Harry Maguire as well.
Good for Harry Maguire, and honestly for Manchester United supporters, when was the last time they felt the exhilaration of a crazy European night like this? I think about that little boy that was crying. At best, he remembers United. This kid. At best, this kid remembers Manchester United winning the Europa League with Mourinho. Probably not. He looks really young. He's never seen Manchester United win the Premier League, and he has to hear stories from his father and his family or whoever made him a Manchester United fan about the glory days. And Old Trafford used to be a stadium like the Bernabeu that sometimes the inexplicable happens.
The theater of dreams.
Yeah. Right? And today, Manchester United, especially at Old Trafford, Old Trafford recovered that mystique today. That aura, that energy that was lost for so many years. And I'm glad for Manchester United fans, after so many years of suffering, of being the memes and the butt ends of jokes, that little kid who supports Manchester United, who has seen many, many, many more lows than a couple of highs here or there, got to experience an extraordinary European night.
I would understand and agree with what you're saying, but when you look at it, to bring the balance to the conversation, they made hard work of it, and the reality of it is there's more questions than answers in that performance. I don't want to take away when we talk about the winning mentality and culture. Yes, you can use that as a manager in the dressing room. I mean, you can use that to your players. But on reflection of the game itself, it still leaves more questions than answers overall in the performance.
And the reality is, a lot of the time, you could say that sometimes they invite this pressure on themselves. Onana's maybe the best example of this. We talked about him coming into the match, obviously being benched at the weekend. And then, Charlie, in moments of that match, when there's still a long way to go, you see him egging on the crowd and really playing the mind games in the moment.
Yeah, he thinks in his mind he's probably trying to get himself going by riling up the crowd. But you could see he made some great saves tonight. He was also consistent and steady. You look at the goals that Lyon scored, you wouldn't point the finger at him in any of those moments. But again, don't add pressure to the situation. There's no need to go to the fans and look at Lyon and do that. There's no need for it. But I think it was, for me, it's a heartwarming feeling to see Onana run over to Ruben Amorim and both of them embrace. Because there was that moment that he could have easily been benched, that he could have easily moved on from Onana, thinking about next season, playing by Inder and saying, we're going to get a goalkeeper in the summer. But he stuck with them. He had a great performance tonight, and they're moving on. So I like the fact that you go from being down in the dumps to now you're on to the semi-final in the Europa League.
But
Charlie has been very generous. I think for me, Onana, go out there, put the performance in and go in. Anything you want to do in the manager, you can do it in the dressing room because all eyes are going to be on you. I understand you can show a bit of character and personality, but for me, go out there, perform, and then just go in.
The goalkeeper conceded 4 goals today. That's also a reality. Like, they conceded 4 goals of the week and they conceded 4 goals today. And although this is very emotional and it's very exciting for Manchester United fans, surely they're buzzing right now. I agree with you that
whether
both
like
things can be true, right?
100%.
It's exciting, it's emotional.
But the reality is,
you need to take a cold look at it and see it for what it is.
Whether we like it or not, he already has a target on his back. Mm-hmm. His actions can make this target bigger. Mm-hmm. Go do your job.
It could have gone the other way, couldn't it? He did have the last laugh in the end, but it could have very easily gone the other way for him tonight.
How's Matic feeling?
Well, he was probably enjoying those negative moments for Manchester United more than anyone. We kept seeing him, actually, didn't we, Charlie?
Yeah.
On the camera and looking
especially
on,
when
celebrating.
Lyon went up 4-2 and they're down a man. So you would expect, at the very minimum, being up 2 goals in extra time, you're going to defend. And when you defend, we're going to play tough as nails. We'll drop deep, but we're going to defend with intensity. And they were jumping off and they weren't marking. That's the most confusing part because you already know as a team mentality and the mindset is we're defending, we're seeing this out. Yet you gave space to Man United players and your own defensive
collapse,
third.
mental collapse from Lyon. And that's the inexplicable part of football. Sometimes it's unexplainable. You know, I don't know if Ruben Amorim changed this game with his hand. Sometimes Old Trafford recovered that mystique. That was a 1 goal. You needed a catalyst. There was a poor penalty given away by Thiago Almada, and United and everybody felt that it was possible to come back with a man out. The door was open, and United took it.
Roll of the dice. We've seen it before. Harry Maguire always goes up top. Whether it's any cup competition, lump it into the box, and it fell for them this time.
Well, for the neutral, that was a fantastic time, wasn't it? 13 goals we saw between the two. But for Manchester United, they'll face Athletic Club in the next round.